At this point, I don't think a film like Dune will ever work out. Two great filmmakers, David Lynch and Denis Villeneuve, failed to make an exciting and thoughtful version. However, I don't think they can take all of the blame. The film follows Paul, played by Hollywood's favorite metrosexual icon Timothée Chalamet, who must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to obtain a spice, a valuable and rare substance only found in the area. It can be used to navigate through space safely and to extend human life, along with some other things. So Paul needs it in order to help the future of his family and his people. And if you're familiar with the books, you know Paul isn't the savior or the chosen one. He becomes a tyrant and murders billions of people. You can see it coming in this film. Paul is angsty and rebellious and very powerful, and he wears an all-black outfit. The author of the 1965 novel, Frank Herbert, gave us a liberal take on imperialism and fascism. So really, the movies are doomed to fail because of the books. The message in the novel and film is transparent. Paul and his people are white Western imperialists, while the non-whites who have the spice are anti-imperialists. Its PC politics places blame on the white man, or rather the West. But the black and brown tribe are smart and innocent and just want peace and paradise. And Paul's people are just evil conquerors. Although this doesn't really make too much sense because they happily accept Paul even after he kills one of their own people. Villeneuve set out to write Dune knowing the book was a critique of the white savior stories, and he's not wrong about it. The white savior trope is annoying, but Villeneuve has a myopic view on politics. Here's what he said regarding racial relations in the book and the film. It's a very important question, and it's why I thought that Dune is, when the way I'm reading it, relevant. It's a critique of that. It's not a celebration of a savior. It's a criticism of the idea of a savior, of someone that will come and tell another population how to be, what to believe. It's not a condemnation, but a criticism. So that's the way I feel it's relevant, and that can be seen as contemporary. And that's what I would say. Frankly, it's the opposite. Right, so he says it's wrong for a foreigner to come and tell another population how to believe, what to believe, but this is exactly what Asians and Latinos practice when they flee their homeland to come to white European nations and white America. Up until 1965, when Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Immigration Act, America wasn't a melting pot. Roughly around 85% of American citizens were actually white. But now in a couple of decades, whites will be a minority. And these entitled immigrants push anti-white and anti-American values. They want to change the white Western culture, and they're very open about it. But according to puppets like Villeneuve, it's only bad when the West invades these low IQ Middle Eastern and African countries. But it's okay when it's the other way around. In other words, it's a racial double standard. Aside from neocons, I don't think anyone will argue the West is right for invading Middle Eastern territories and taking their resources. But the media and Hollywood and politicians want to only accuse the West of awful foreign policy decisions. There's no commentary on non-white jihadists with backward views who want to spread their Islamic faith through violent and non-violent means. In Dune, they are falsely portrayed as a peaceful group of nationalists who only want to be left alone. Even if you were to ignore the black and white take on imperialism, Dune also fails in other ways. There's a large amount of exposition. At times it feels like it's an audiobook because it's so heavy on explaining the plot, as opposed to showing us what's happening through its images. It's bleak and not very exciting to look at. The visual styles should be able to communicate a particular focus and quality of vision, and Dune fails to accomplish it. It's also emotionless and the characters aren't very expressive. When sacrifices are made, the deaths don't carry a lot of weight. Viewers aren't really moved or inspired by it. So this isn't Star Wars or 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's bleak and one of the most unepic, epic pictures you'll see.